So this works.
Absolutely, I don't know what happened.
Hey, where are the kids? I thought you had an interview with some reporter today.
They're out on the front porch with Mr. Fancher, and he didn't show up. I got the kids all dressed up. I dragged them over here, all for nothing.
So call him. Find out what happened.
Oh, he did. He doesn't exist.
You're kidding.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Well, wait a minute. Now, somebody called, right? He's got to be somewhere. So what's the guy's name?
Oh, it was something funny like Euler. Leonard Euler.
Leonard Euler was
Yeah.
a Swiss mathematician.
What? A mathematician?
Yeah, he lived in the early 1700s. He was one of the forerunners of pure mathematics.
Do you think, was he involved in computers or anything?
Yeah, something like that.
Mom. Yeah. Mom, when you talked to this guy on the phone, how did he sound?
Well, kind of, I guess, young.
How young?
Just think of it, honey. Well, he's definitely young.
Even though Pascal's mechanical adding machine was the first true computer, the first recreational use of computer technique was the player piano.
I didn't realize that.
Leonard Euler, huh? Swiss mathematician, huh? Well, I guess you thought that we were too dumb to figure out your little joke. Well, guess what, little boy? We'll see who has the last laugh. So, go ahead and tell him, Jonathan.
Nola, how did you know about an 18th century mathematician?
Because I'm smart.
But you don't have much of a sense of humor.
I'm gonna wring your little neck.
No, come here. Would you calm down and tell me what this is all about?
Your distinguished little colleague is a sneaky little liar. Aren't you, Jonathan? No, I'm fine. Don't you know that impersonating a reporter or anybody is illegal? Not only is it illegal, but it's against the law.
Why? Nobody got hurt. And you've got to admit, it was getting pretty exciting there for a while.
Exciting? I have better things to do with my day than to get my children dressed up and take them all over town on a wild goose chase.
Like what?
Like what? Like what? How dare you be so condescending?
Now, Jonathan, that was condescending.
You're darn right it was condescending. Let me tell you something. Being a mother is hard work, and I love my children very much. And in case you have forgotten, you are a child.
Yes, but unfortunately, I don't have much to say on the subject of mothers and children.
Well, where do you think you came from? A computer terminal?
No.
You know, I don't even think he's human. I don't.
Now, you're just being silly.
Jonathan, now
I'm
would you
being
please...
silly. You're the one that's calling people up on the phone, impersonating
No, the
people.
baby is
I think
sleep
that's
out
pretty
there.
silly.
No, but...
I think it's more than silly. I think
would
it's
you
stupid.
please?
I think it's juvenile. I think it's infantile. I didn't know you could do that.
There are a great many things about me that you don't know.
Oh.
Now, would you please sit down over there? Jonathan, would you sit down there, young man? Thank you very much. Now, I would like the story from the beginning, if you don't mind, and I would like all the details.
Fine. My mother gets a call this morning from someone claiming to be a reporter named Leonard Euler. He said that he wanted to interview, do a photo session of me and Mom and the kids and everybody. And we said, great, okay, because he saw Jim's interview. So we get all dressed up and we go over to the boarding house. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. So Mom calls the newspaper. Nobody shows up. They say, well, nobody works there by that name. So then we go into company, and we talk to Jim, and he said that this Leonard Euler is some obtuse Swiss mathematician.
Obscure.
Obscure Swiss mathematician. There, I rest my case.
I see. Well, that is quite a story. And I'm very sorry that you wasted your entire afternoon, but I don't understand. Why are you blaming Jonathan?
Are you taking his side?
No, I just don't understand. I'm a little confused.
Well, he just admitted it almost a minute ago.
Now, would you please calm down?
I'm calm. I am calm. I will explain it to you. The reason that I am blaming this little boy is because, number one, who would ever know of some obtuse Swiss mathematician named Leonard Euler?
Obscure. And actually, I would. And
Well,
a few other-
no. I mean, forget about you and your friends. I'm talking about normal people, normal, everyday people, just working kind of people. Well, let me tell you, nobody has ever heard of him. Number two. person that called, Mom said was young. Very young. Number three. Who else would want me and the kids out of the house for the whole day? Can you think of anybody? I can.
Jonathan, did you make that phone call?
I was just trying to think of a way to make life around here more exciting. Besides, the house was very quiet all afternoon.
I'm going to wring your little neck. If I was his mother, I'd send him to bed without his supper, and I'd make you eat those green vegetables, and I'd ground you for the rest of your life.
You can't do that. You're not my mother.
Thank God.
I have work to do. I'll be in the lab, unless it gets too noisy.
Jonathan,
Would you please not roll up? Would you
All
get
right,
back?
okay. It's him or it's me. It's your wife or that kid. You pick, because I'm not staying another day in this house with that kid.
Prank. A boyish prank. I mean, he shouldn't have done it. But it wasn't that awful.
You know what gets me is that little twerp wants things both ways. He wants you to treat him like an adult, and then when he does something wrong, he wants you to forgive him like he's a little boy.
You're right.
Well, of course I'm right. Of course I'm right.
You know what, Nola? I think what Jonathan is doing is just to get some attention.
Well, of course. I mean, we haven't talked about anything else since he's been here. We don't spend any time with the kids anymore, and it seems like he's always taking you off somewhere.
No, it's not entirely his fault. I mean, I've enjoyed having someone around here who knows something about my work.
Am I boring you?
Oh, no, you're not boring. Not at all. I mean, boring is the last thing you are, Nola. But I'm not going to let Jonathan interfere with the family. Now, if he's upsetting you that much, I'm going to do something about it.
Like make him leave?
I'll talk to him.
You've already done that.
Well, then I'll talk to him again. You can't treat people that way. You cannot program people like they're computers.
It was just so hard trying to concentrate with Stacy running up and down the stairs and AJ crying.
May I remind you, young man, that you invited yourself here, all right? I mean, you're going to have to fit into our schedule, not the other way around.
Do you want me to leave?
That decision is up to Noah. And I have to tell you that my wife's not happy about you being here. So it's up to you to change her mind.
How?
Well, you can start by telling her the truth. Tell her why you want to stay here. Try to explain what you did and why you did it, and then ask for her forgiveness. I mean, that's one thing about Nola. She's got a big heart. Good luck.
Excuse me. May I come in? I came to tell you about myself. So I left the orphanage when I was 9. I was just as glad because we never really got enough to eat. And if we complained, we were always locked in closets.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I went to vocational school where I learned how to clean furnaces and chimneys.
Well, what about school?
I learned as much as I could by stealing books. The furnace job didn't work out too well. I was allergic to soot. And they tried to teach me to be an undertaker's assistant.
Oh.
You know, dress dead bodies, shave them, put makeup on them.
Oh.
I hated that. So I ran away.
Oh, what happened next?
I started stealing so I'd have enough money to eat, to live. I met a bunch of kids, you know, just like me, runaways. And we'd steal from people in shopping malls and on buses. The only trouble was we had to give most of what we made to this horrible old man. And if we didn't, he'd beat us.
Oh.
He'd beat us all the time. even if we didn't do anything wrong. And he was always drunk and cursing.
Oh, my goodness. Well, how did you get away?
Well, one day I stole something from this kind old man. And I got caught. But he wouldn't send me to jail.
He wouldn't?
No. He took custody of me. He was very rich, and he gave me everything. An education, clothes, computers, books. We traveled. Last year he died.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
And now there's nobody. I know I'm hard to live with. But if you just give me a chance, maybe I'll be able to adjust to a real home. With a normal mother and father and children in it.
Oh.
Please?
Oh, Jonathan, come here. Oh, poor baby. Oh.